that the traditional pro-Christian Western powers, France, Austria, Italy, all the others, have essentially abandoned Christians in the Arab world. Now, this is not something you will hear very often, because European powers in particular pretend that they care about Christians. But we're not in kindergarten. Pretend does not work. When the chips are down, as the expression goes, you're not going to have, like you used to in the 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th centuries, even as long as the Crusader times, when you had European powers sending troops to protect and defend Christians in this part of the world. That is not going to happen nowadays, because Western powers have totally changed their strategic outlooks. They no longer look at the Arab world as the home of Christianity. They look at the Arab world as financial and resource areas from which they can benefit.
In Syria, we have a numerous number of Christians, and they were not persecuted before what the war occurring in Syria.
Syria is a different case. Syria is the really heart of the Arab world. If you look at history, if you read the history of the Arab world, you know that Damascus, one of the oldest cities on the planet, is really the heart of the Arab world. And before 1967, 30% of the population of Syria was Christian. Imagine, less than 50 years ago, a substantial portion of citizens of Syria were actually Christian. In fact, there was a prime minister who was Christian, of the Khoury family. And they shared power, and they had very important positions. And today, we have a situation where we have less than 5% of the population of Syria that remains as Christian population. Ironically, because of the uprisings of 2011 and the 6 million or so Syrian refugees that have left the country outside, not just internal refugees, but foreign refugees, about 1 million of these folks are Christian. The future does not look good. And I hope that what's happening in Syria is not going to be duplicated in Lebanon. But I'm not very optimistic.